Good morning, Conquerors. Happy Faith and Fitness Friday, guys. I just wanted to come out to you today and give you a little bit of insight as to how I was able to merge back into the world of fitness, coming from where I came from. And truly, when you look back and you do your homework on what I experienced, you're not going to be able to find a worse injury short of death itself. So to say I worked my way back is not an exaggeration. There is really no possible way that I should be as good as I am. I mean, I hate to say that. It sounds like a broken record to me because I say that so much, but that's a fact. And that's unfortunate that it sounds like that, but that's a fact. So what I was able to do was I came back, and this is how, like I told you guys before, I think it was last week, I worked on the circuit, trying to get each muscle group a little bit of attention to work yourself back to where you wanted to get, where you needed to get. And then slowly I migrated off of that onto further develop machines where you knew that you could specify whichever muscle group you're trying to do, and then maybe add a second or even third exercise to it. So, I mean, what I did, for instance, was I already had a background in fitness. I used to be a personal trainer, so I mean, some people would have you believe you're supposed to forget all that. You know, you're not supposed to know any of that, and you're gonna have higher expectations than what you should have or whatever. But I knew for a fact what I had gone through. I couldn't walk in the bench 300 pounds. Nothing can happen. But I knew I had to start small and migrate, work my way back up. And that's what I did. I've been able to, I was starting with my shoulder, for instance. We'll say that. I did a shoulder press. And that was a good thing for me. I worked my shoulders as I need to. I need to strengthen my shoulders because my entire body was weak. I mean, it was really weak as opposed to what a normal person would be, because you don't have a month on break where your body goes into a mode to where it does nothing but try to heal whatever injuries you may have. So the focus was not able to be put on muscle growth or enhancement or anything. My focus was on living and what I had to do to live, and that's it. So what I did was I walked back in and started with the shoulder press, get my shoulders back where they needed to work out. And then what I've done as an example of my shoulders is since then I've added front raises, which strengthen the anterior deltoid. And then I've done side raises, which will strengthen the shoulder itself as well, in a different capacity. So through those things, I was able to solidify the work I needed for my shoulder. But my shoulder was just part of it. So, I mean, I will tell you right now, which I'll get to next week probably, one thing I needed the most work on, no matter what, was my legs. Because, see, in trying to learn to walk again, which I had to do, I learned that I've used my hamstrings a lot for the ability to be able to maneuver again. And the hamstrings are the muscle that runs on the back of your leg from your heel to your butt. So that's really what it's there for, is to be able to stabilize that with the quadricep, which is the front of your leg. And quads, I figured, oh no, we'll take care of that just by learning to walk. I should get plenty of work. Not at all. I never realized as I started actually looking and paying attention, how much loose muscle or flab was on the front of my leg from not working my quads. So I had to, see, before my wreck, I didn't really work my legs much. I kind of worked them in passing. I would do them, but I didn't do them that much because I felt like you got a fair amount of work as it was in everyday life. So that was pretty much what I got. But since then, I had to kind of work my way back to the ability to be able to use the aquatics up again. So you realize through kind of back engineering what parts of your leg you use for simple locomotion, for simple moving around. So that's what happened to me. It's not that I didn't book smart read anything. It's about ability to do things and having to kind of reverse engineer what you do and figure out what works and what doesn't work. So my hamstrings probably were pretty strong. Were like I don't know. They were most of the muscle in my legs, but I don't need to do them that much anymore. My calves and my quads are what I work on now. My calves really, I didn't need that much work on, but because they were used a lot as well, my hamstring, but I feel like you need some work along with my quads. So that's what I'm primarily doing now. And I need to work on hip flexors and all that stuff still too. So I can make a full round attack of my legs. You know? And what happens is you take things a little at a time, a little bit at a time to be able to break down what you need the most attention for. And the next thing I'll do is going to be my hip flexors and going to be the top part of my leg to be able to form a good muscle there to strengthen my ability to sidestep or whatever. So I need to be able to work on that too. So, but you find out when you're like me and when you have been in that coma that you find out what you need to do when you care about how you present yourself. There are things you need to do. There are things you need to strengthen, things you need to work on. Just be honest with yourself and know what they are. That's some of the best advice that I can give you from my perspective is be honest with yourself and know where you need to work. Alright guys, that's my Faces Friday. Hopefully that will help you guys a little bit in case you ever need to fall back on that. That doesn't mean just use that if you ever find yourself coming out of a coma. That means use it in everyday life. Use it to rebuild yourself and make yourself better. Alright? Alright guys, see y'all on Wednesday. Y'all have an awesome weekend and a great couple days to yourself, hopefully. Just chilling out, relaxing. Alright guys, see you guys. Talk to y'all Wednesday.